Fine. So now let us go and see what is the inner join, how to join two tables with the inner join. Let us take one scenario. For example, I will create a program. In the program, in the selection screen, I will give some plant number. Okay, so in the input for the program should be plant number. So based on this plant number, in the plant, what are all the materials are there I want to get. So these material details based on the plant number is available in MARC table. So there is a table called MARC in SAP. You know already, right? So MARC table contains plant wise material details. So now in my program, what I'll do, I will give the plant number as input, try to get the materials. So then my voice is breaking. Okay, 1 minute. I will reconnect. Give me 1 moment. Okay, so anyway, I will start again. Then what we are discussing is how to make use of inner joins. Say for example, we'll take one scenario where I want to create a program. In that program, the input for the program is a plant number. So based on the plant, I want to get the data of the materials. The material details are available in MARC table. So plant wise material data is available in MARC table. You know that. But I also want material description, for example. Okay, so I also want material description. Material description is available in MAKT table. So it's a different table. So now I want material data from MARC based on the plant, and then after that I want to get the material description for the particular material. So there are now in this scenario you have to join both the tables MARC, MAKT, and you have to get the required output. So first let us see the table wise data here. For example, I'll take you to SE16. I will take MARC. MARC is the table which stores data of the materials plant wise. So now here I will give some plant number. For example, I'll give plant number 7000. When I execute, you can see these are all the materials which are available in plant number 7000. So there are around 21 materials. Otherwise, in other terms, I will say all these materials are extended to this plant 7000, right? So now what is a 100-100? What is 100-100 means? What is the description of this material? Description is not available in this table. Description is available in some other table, MAKT table. So I will take all these 21 materials. I will go to MAKT table. Okay, so here I will go MAKT. Here I will give all these 21 materials and I will execute. So now see how many entries you are getting. Total 97 entries you are getting here. If you see this 100-100 in long way, some 4 means I don't know what exactly. For example, you take this. D means German. In the German, this is gay house or something. This is the description of the 100-100 is some gay house. In English language, the same material number if you take, the description is some casing for company code 1000 or something. In French, there is a different description available for the material. So in different languages, we have different descriptions. For example, I want the descriptions in English language for all the 21 materials. In English language only I want to get the descriptions. So how many records you are getting? Only 11. That means for others, among the 21 materials, for only 11 materials, the description is maintained in English language. For others, it has not maintained, like in SAP English language they have not maintained. Maybe they could have maintained in German, maybe they could have maintained in some other language. Okay, so now for example, you want to get this kind of data, so you same thing, I want to do it programmatically. How to do, we'll see. So in this program we are going to make use of inner join technique. When you are using inner join technique, what you need to do is you need to declare a structure, types begin of, types end of. This is what the structure is, right? So you declare a structure, some name ty underscore out, or you give any name to this abc xyz. So this is the structure name. In this structure you put all the fields which you want to display in the output. Okay, so in the output, what are all the fields you want to show? I want to show plant number, so that is our material number, MATNR. I want to show type. Generally what we will do, we will give here table hyphen field name. You can give like this. So whenever you declare field, you have to give the reference. So you can give table hyphen field name. Otherwise you can give the data element for the particular field. Second thing is, after MATNR, now I will do something like works. Works means plant type MARC hyphen works. This is the second field I want to display. So third field, what I want to display is, I will say MAKTX type MAKT hyphen MAKTX. MAKTX is a material description. If you remember, that MAKTX is the field which is available in MAKT table. So that is like, I'll take you to the table, otherwise you can see this description is done. So this field name of this is MAKTX. The table name is MAKT. So I want the field whose name is MAKTX. Okay, so then I'm declaring a field here. The reference, the reference MAKTX I'm giving. For example, now I'll say end of ty out. I have declared a structure. So here from the MARC table I am taking two fields. From MAKT table I am taking one field. Tomorrow if you have more fields also, then you can mention. For example, other than MAKTX also, from MAKT table you want some other fields also, then you mention in the next lines and so on. Whatever fields from what are all tables you want, you mention all the fields in the structure. So that is the first point. The second point is, declare one internal table, any name, with any name, it out, I'll say type table of my structure ty out. Declare one work area out, type ty out. Now we need to write a select query, right? So select query is a query, SQL query, which will bring the data from the database tables and put it into the internal table, right? So until now we have an internal table, we have a work area, but both are empty. Only memory is allocated for internal table and work area, but we don't have any content. So after writing select query, content will come from the respective tables and going to sit in the internal table. So how to write a select query? I will say select MATNR works MAKTX from, we will generally say no, from some database table name. Here we will say from, here we will generally mention the database table name, right? So what table should I mention now? Whether I want to get the data from MARC or MAKT. In fact, I want to get data from both the tables, right? So we will do this from class later. I will explain from class later. So then what else? I want to get the data from two tables, and after that I want to put it into table IT out. After getting the data, I want to put the data into the internal table whose name is IT out, where condition, what input you want to give to this program, plant, right? So you want to give input as a plant. So you declare parameters here. I'll say parameters p underscore works, give any name, parameters p underscore abc or whatever, type marc hyphen works. So whatever, like here if you see, whenever I am declaring like this marc, matnr, marc works, I already told you that in this table, for this field, whatever the data type and length, for example data type is character, length is 18, the data type and length will be assigned to this. Similarly here also, if I say p underscore works, type marc works, then in the marc table for works, whatever the data type and length is there, those will be given to p underscore works. Now I have an input parameter where I can provide the plant number as input. So that is p underscore works is available. Now after that, so here in the where class I will mention that. So I will say where works equal to p underscore works, and for example I want the description, material description, I want only in English language. I don't want material description in all the languages. I want only in English language. So what is the field name for this language? If you double click on this language, you can see the field name. Field name is pras. So I want the entries in this table when the pras is English. I will say here where SPRAS equal to Sailangu. Do you remember what is a Sailangu? Sailangu is a system variable which will store the current login language. So for example, now I logged in English language. So I want all the material descriptions to be displayed in English. Tomorrow if you want if you log in a German language, for example, if you give Sailangu, so automatically the German language related entries from the table MAKT will come up. So now if you observe till now, everything looks fine, like select except this from class which we have to discuss, except this from class, into class, where class, everything looks fine. It is like your normal select query, right? Now we will discuss about a from. Generally if you have a single table, you say from marc. It is simple. If you want to get data from single table, you just mention the single table name. But here we have multiple tables. So how to deal? You say here marc as a inner join MAKT as B on. So here what I am saying, MARC for the time being, assume my my MARC table name is A for the time being, temporarily. Whenever I say A means MARC, I am discussing something about MARC table, and I want to inner join. Okay, so I want to inner join some table. The table name is MAKT as B. So for the time being, whenever I say B, assume B means MAKT table. I am discussing something about MAKT table. And on condition, here we need to provide some on condition. On condition is nothing but a common condition, or it's nothing but a joining field of the two tables. For example, if you take this MAKT table, if you take this MARC table, what is the common field? What is the common field here? Here, for example, if I give plant number, I am getting the materials, right? So all these materials I am giving yes in the MAKT. So this is the common field. So whatever the common field is there, maybe sometimes there may be two common fields. For some tables, what will happen? Here only material number is there in our case. But sometimes what will happen? There may be two fields which are common between two tables. So in that case, in the on condition, you have to mention the common fields. So that is A tilde. This symbol is called a tilde. Okay. So this is available above the tab in your keypad. There is a tab button, right? Above the tab button, there is a key. So that's what it is called, a tilde. A tilde, MATNR. Yes, yeah, it is sleeping. Yes, A tilde MATNR equal to B tilde MATNR also. So this is the on condition. So your from clause is changed in the inner join, except this. There is nothing has been changed. Select all the field names into table, where class, everything looks fine. We already discussed like normal select query only, it is also there. Only the difference is the from class is getting changed. So in the from class, because you have two tables, you say MARC as A, inner join MAKT as B, on A tilde MATNR equal to B tilde MATNR. Tomorrow you want to join one more table, for example, then you say after this on condition, you say inner join some other table, maybe MARD as C on what is the common field between B and C, that you have to mention. You have to say B tilde MATNR equal to C tilde MATNR. Like this you can add any number of tables, so you can join any number of tables. Okay, as of now I am joining only the two tables, MARC and MAKT. Now one more important point is here you say I want to get the material number, right? Select MATNR means what? I want to get the material number. From which table you want to get it? You are saying from MARC or MAKT. So system will say MATNR has two meanings. From which table exactly you want to bring the data, from MARC table or MAKT table? See here it is saying column name MATNR is unclear. So system SAP is asking, I'm not clear with the select statement, from which table you want me to bring data, whether from MARC or from MAKT. If you provide here A tilde, MATNR details will come from MARC table. If you provide here B tilde, the details of materials will come from MAKT table. Okay, so like in this case, in our scenario, if we get materials from the MARC table also, otherwise MAKT table also, there is it's not a big problem. But sometimes what will happen, you will have a same field in different tables, but sometimes content differs. In that case you should be cautious, like from which table you want to get the data, you should be cautious, and you should mention here the correct table from which you want to get the particular field. So now here I want the data from B tilde MATNR. Okay, so now I'll save it, check it now, and now it is syntactically correct. Now I have data in internal table whose name is IT out. Now I want to display the output. Tell me how to display. I have a data in internal table, I want to display in the output. What should I do? Any guess? I have to, the data is already available in this internal table, right? After the select statement, I want to display the details in the internal table in the output. Yes, syntax. I am exactly asking which syntax we'll write here. Whether we will use a read table or whether we will use any other syntax, what we'll do? Or shall I directly say internal table hyphen field name? Can I? Okay, fine. So no issues. Fine. The thing is, when you have a data in the internal table, you want to display in the output. Loop this internal table. Loop at this internal table. Put it into work area, and then write your work area hyphen field name. Field name is like I want to write material number, plant number, MAKTX. Then I'll say end loop. Loop always ends with end loop. So in the internal table, whatever the records are there, one after the other, it is getting written in the output. That's it. Now save, check, activate this. So now your program is ready. Now I'll execute. I'll give plant here as 7,000. Then I'll execute here. See how many records are coming up. 11 records. Exactly, 11 records are coming up. Why 11 records are coming up? Because we have mentioned here SPRAS is English. Here you can see this SPRAS is in English. Sailangu, right now my login language is English. So in English language, only for 11 materials the description is maintained. So only those 11 materials are coming up. Okay, so this is what called inner join concept. Here there are some advantages or there are some disadvantages which I want to discuss with you. See, the thing is, when you are using inner join, first constant is don't use inner joins to join more than 3 tables in the real time. When you are doing the programs, if you are using more than 3 tables in an inner join, the performance of the program is low. That means it will take more time to get the data from the tables. Okay, so inner join, what I suggest, always do inner join maximum on 3 tables. So don't go for joining more than 3 tables. Technically it is possible. You can join any number of tables. Technically it is possible. You can write the syntax, but performance is a problem. So whenever you are adding more and more tables, it will take more and more time to get the data from all the tables. Okay, so this is a limitation here. And one more thing is inner join. If you write this kind of syntax here, inner join, if you do, you saw here. Here you mentioned the language. Based on the language, you are getting only the 11 entries. In fact, say for some materials in English language, description is not maintained. So what people generally sometimes how the requirement will be. So in the 7,000 plant, if you observe, there are 21 materials in MARC table, right? So we saw in MARC, here is MARC. We have 21 materials in this. Okay. So now among 21, only 11 has a description in English. Remaining 10 doesn't have. So sometimes the customer may ask, I want remaining materials also, right? So I want remaining materials also. In case in English description is not there, display blank. I don't want like description in English. So in English language, if description is not maintained, just display blank there. You may get this kind of thing also, but that is not possible with the inner join. We are writing here inner join. Okay, so as long as you are using inner join, you will get only the matching records. That's it. You say like the second requirement what I told, that cannot be fulfilled using the inner join technique. You will not get all the materials with some blank which is not available in the other table. So in the table, if entry is there in both the tables, like in MARC also, MAKT also, if the entry is there, it will display. Any one of the table, if the entry is not there, it will not display. That's what called inner join. Hope it is clear. For joining, Veera's question is, should we only join using the primary key? Because MATNR is a key field. I will say don't depend on the key field. So here joining field may not be a key field always. It may be some other field also. For example, if you take a sales document header, for example VBAK, if you take, there is a reference document number. So maybe based on reference document number you can join some other table. So it should not be a key field always. You can join with any table, any field, but the thing is those fields should have a content in both the tables. For example, 100-100 should have some data in MARC also, 100-100 should have some data in MAKT also. So in that way there should be some data existing in both the tables. Then you can map the fields here in the on condition as long as the data matches. Fine. So this is what about your inner join. Any other questions? Is this clear? Okay, good question. We have a transaction SQVI which is called quick viewer. So it is called SAP quick viewer, where we can create yes, SAP query. So the query automatically creates a program for you. Basically in our course contents this is not there, but whenever we get some time I will definitely tell you what is that SQVI, or there is a transaction called SQ00, SQ0102. What is this? You can like build any kind of report by using this. You can join two tables or more than two tables, and the same thing will happen there also. Internally, SQVI or SQ00, when you create a query internally, it will create an inner join syntax only. So when you are using these tools, SQVI or query, no need to write this kind of coding actually. There you can directly do with some drag and drop options or select the fields, and then you can design selection screen, you can design output. Whereas here you have to do everything with the coding. That's the only difference. That also perform by inner join. But they're also the same constant. Like when you are joining more than 3 tables in a query or in a SQVI, performance will go low because of the inner join. Anything else? And one more important point, when we are discussing S11 in a data dictionary, we saw there are some views: database view, projection view, help view, and what is that, maintenance view. So if you take the example of database view, if you remember, I told to make a note of a point like database view is equivalent to inner join, right? So when you create a database view, SAP internally creates an inner join. There also database view, when you create, SAP internally creates an inner join for the two tables. That is also an important point which you can recollect at this stage. Okay, so this is what called an inner join. Then we will see what is for all entries. Okay, what is for all entries. Now I will create one more program to explain about for all entries. Here also I will take the same scenario. So plant is my input field. I want to get the materials, then plant number. I want a material description. So this is what my expected output. So here when you are doing for all entries, you may take different structures for different tables. So for example, I want to join MARC table, MAKT table. So what I suggest always, take a different structure for MARC. I will say types begin of TY, any name, MARC. Here you mention what are all the fields you want from MARC. For example, I want MARC type, sorry, not MARC, I want MATNR, right? MATNR. I want material number type MARC-MATNR. I want a plant type MARC-works. If you want any other fields from MARC, you mention all these fields 1, 2, 3, 4. What are all the fields you want from this table? You conclude this structure. End of TY MARC. Done. So I have declared one structure for MARC. Similarly, I have to declare one more structure for MAKT. So this is the second table I want to join. So I will declare one more structure. Types begin of TY MAKT. Here I will put MAKT, MATNR type. You take MAKT itself, MAKT hyphen MATNR. SPRES type MAKT hyphen SPRES, and then MAKTX type MAKT hyphen MAKTX. End of TY MAKT. So here I have declared two structures differently for each table. MARC I have taken a different structure, MAKT I have a different structure. Fine. When you are declaring the structures, make sure that the common field is available in both the structures. Like MATNR should be available in both the tables. Later on, based on this common field, you are going to do something. So when you are using for all entries, use two structures, that's okay, but make sure that the common field should be available in both the structures. Then the next step is declare an internal table, one internal table for MARC, one internal table for MAKT. Okay, so I will say internal table MARC type table of TY MARC. Similarly, I will declare one work area for MARC type TY MARC. I will declare one more internal table for MAKT type table of TY MAKT. One work area for MAKT now, MAKT type TY underscore MAKT. So I declared it. Done. Now I will give my input field, that is parameters P underscore works type What should I give here? MARC hyphen works table hyphen field name. Done. So now I have to write a select query. First I want to get the data from MARC table or MAKT table. Which table should I bring the data first? MARC. Why? Because I have a plant with me. Plant is the input field for me. So based on the plant I want to get the data. So the data is available in MARC, not in MAKT. So now first I will go to MARC table. I will write select MATNR works from MARC table, put it into my internal table. Internal table name is ITMARC, where works equal to P underscore works. This is my select query. So now after this select query, what is going to happen? If you observe, P underscore works is a plant number which I provide in the input selection screen. For example, if I provide here 7000, 21 materials will come in my internal table ITMARC. Agrees? Right? That's it, right? So if you provide here 7000 in the parameter, my understanding is 21 materials will come in this. For all these 21 materials, I want a description. So I will write the syntax something like this now. For all these 21 materials, how to write? So I will say select, no, we will write one more select query on the second internal table. Select material number spras MAKTX from MAKT table, put it into table whose name is IT MAKT for all entries in this internal table. This internal table has 21 records, right? For all entries in this 21 records, for all these 21 records, where what is the matching field of these two? For example, for all entries of this ITMARC is okay, but with which field it should compare? I'll say where material number MATNR equal to, in this ITMARC, in this internal table, whatever the material number is there, with that material number when it is matching, get the data. So what I'm saying is, first I will get the materials based on a plant. Assume I have a 21 records in this. For all the 21 records, I want to get the data from MAKT when the material number matches with the 21 records related material numbers. In the 21 records, there is a material number, there is a plant, and there may be some other fields. But I want to match material number in the ITMARC with my current table material number. So this is how we will write the syntax here. So now what happened here? Here I will get data for 21 records, and for example, if you want to mention a spras also, you can mention, you can say and SPRS, that is a language, equal to Psi Lango. That is my current login language is English. So here I will get 21 records. In this internal table now I will get 11 records because I have mentioned here Psi Lango. So for all these 21 records I want to get the data, but for among those 21 materials, only 11 materials are maintained with English language. So after this select statement, you will get only 11 records in this internal table, right? So now tell me how you are going to display the output. You have data in some data in ITMARC, you have some data in ITMAKT. Now how you are going to display the output? I will take you in a debugging mode. Then I will show you how exactly the internal tables are now, then you will probably get some idea. So here I have given 7,000 as my plant. So now if you see, after this select query, as of now my internal table ITMARC doesn't have any records. You can see here 0 records. So after this select query, my ITMARC got 21 records. That's what, right? So we have 21 materials in the plant number 70,000. Yeah. Plant number 7,000. Now for all those 21 materials, now I want to get the data from MAKT table. One more condition we added here is my login language should be matching with the SPRS field in MAKT table. Okay, so when I execute this select query, after execution my IT MAKT field should get 11 records. You can see now I am getting 11 records here. So IT MAKT, if you see, I am having 11 records. So now I want to display the output. Tell me how we will display. We will do loop or what we will do? Which table we will loop? Whether we will loop ITMARC or whether we will loop ITMAKT? Which table we will loop? MAKT. Why we should loop MAKT? If I loop ITMAKT has 11 records. So only those 11 records may get printed, right? So whenever there is no description in English language, I want to print blank. If I want to fulfill that requirement, for example, I will loop my ITMARC. Okay, so here I will say loop at ITMARC, put it into work area MARC. Loop has end loop always. Now in work area MARC, what are all the data is available? I will write. I will say write work area MARC hyphen material number, work area MARC hyphen plant number, that is works. Done. Can I write work area MARC hyphen, can I write like this, work area MARC hyphen MAKTX? Is this right? Whether your work area MARC, does it have MAKTX field? Yes. So your work area MARC doesn't have MAKTX field. Work area MAKT has MAKTX. Now what shall I do? Now what I'll do is, I will read the table ITMAKT, put a record into work area MAKT with key material number equal to whatever the material number is available in this work area. I will explain you in debugging what exactly I am doing here. So here, before going to debugging, I'll just try to make you understand what I'm doing here. I'm putting first record into work area MARC. For example, in the first record, I have a material number. Material number is 100-100. So in this internal table, when I have a 100-100, that particular record, put it into my work area. That's what this syntax is. Okay. Then after this read table, I'll say write work area MAKT hyphen MAKTX. Okay, so this is what I will do. There are few more important points we need to take care here. Maybe after debugging I'll tell you what are all the points which we should take care. So here I will put a breakpoint again, execute. I will provide here 7,000. If you see ITMARC, as usual, I get 21 records for the 7,000. As long as I give client 7,000, there are only 21 materials. In English language, only 11 records they have maintained. So 11 is coming up here. Now loop at ITMARC into work area MARC. So when I enter first time into this loop, I entered first time, then my first record of ITMARC should come and sit in work area MARC. So now what is there in work area MARC? What is the first record in ITMARC? 100-100. So if you see, my work area MARC should also have 100-100 in MATNR. Plant is anyway 7,000. So now I want to write in the output. In the output I have written my material number. Material number is 100-100 and plant number is 7,000. So in the output I have written these two values. After that I want to read my MAKT table. That means the second internal table. I want to read it. Put one record into the work area where material number equal to, this second internal table has so many materials. Which record I want to put it into the work area? Where material number equal to whatever is available in this work area MARC, that is 100-100. So from this internal table, 100-100 record will come and sit in the work area MAKT. So after this statement, if you see in the work area MAKT, you have the record of 100-100. What is the description for this? Casing for company code, so on. So that description I am writing. Now loop repeats second time. What is the second record in ITMARC? BRAS 100. Okay. So BRAS 100 is available in work area MARC MATNR. So now in the ITMAKT, if BRAS 100 is available, put that record into the work area. Now that is what the syntax. Read table ITMAKT, put it into work area with key material number equal to whatever the material number which is available in this work area. That's what I am doing. So it is getting the data, then I am writing. Now I will execute. See what happening here. For some materials you are getting the same description. See, seeds, for all these materials seeds are repeating. So this is not correct actually. What happening is, when I am executing this report, for example, if for some material in English language the description is not there. Even though it is not there, it is writing the previous record related work area content. Previous record related work area content. So when we are discussing about, in the initial days when we are discussing about a work area, I told you, if you don't clear the work area, it will write the previous record related content, right? So before this read statement, clear your work area. Also it's always suggested, clear the work area MAKT before you put something into that. Now I will save, check, activate, execute. I'll give the same plant, execute. Now you can see whenever they have not maintained the description for those materials, blank is coming up. If they maintain, they are coming. So here seeds is maintained for GTS seeds, that coming up. For others it is not coming, it's blank. In English language the description is not maintained. So in this way you can build your coding. when you are using for all entries. For all entries are best when you think performance, like when the performance is your major constraint. I suggest always make use of for all entries. Inner joins will consume more time. For all entries, performance wise, these are the best things. Okay. One more important point is for all entries. Whenever you are doing for all entries, syntax, always check whether the previous table is not empty. Shall I repeat? What I'm saying is, when you are writing for all entries syntax, always check this internal table is not empty. Why? Question. I got a question now. For example, somebody has given a wrong plant. Here somebody has given a wrong plant. So now in this wrong plant which is not available, how many materials will be there? How many materials will be there? Nil, obviously. So this ITMARC, if you see, when I execute this select query, after execution, how many materials are there? The plant itself is wrong, so there is no materials inside that wrong plant, right? So now for all these materials, how many are there? 0, right? So now try to understand this syntax. For all the materials which are available in ITMARC, I want material description. So after execution, how many entries you expect in ITMARC? Try to understand, and yes, like generally what we expect is, yes, because there is no material in ITMARC, obviously you should not get any description in ITMARC. That's what we expect. But see what is happening when I execute this. You are getting 1,67,088 records in ITMARC. This is wrong, right? It should not be. You should get only 0 records. This is wrong. What it is doing? If the internal table ITMARC is empty, it is pulling all the data from MAKT. In MAKT table, it is pulling all the data. How many entries are there in this MAKT table, it is pulling up. This is the wrong thing. So how to correct it? For example, if you want to correct it, you have to write a if condition here. Whenever you are writing for all entries, check always the above table which you are using in for all entries should not be empty. I will say ITMARC is not initial. Then only do this, execute this for all entries syntax. This is very important. So nowadays also, sometimes when coding, like in our office, when some people do the coding, sometimes bugs will come because they forget this if condition. So be careful, like always try to put this if condition and check whether this table should have an entry, then only get the data from the MAKT or the next level table. So the parent table doesn't have an entry, it will try to pull all the data. And one more important point is, always mention key fields in the select statement of your for all entries. I repeat, always mention the key fields in the select statement of for all entries. Again, my question is, why? If I don't put the key field, what will happen? What can happen is, it can ignore the duplicate records. So let us make it clear what exactly I am discussing. Here, for example, I will take an example of for a 7,500 plant. Let us say I have plant number 7,500. In this plant, I have, see how many materials? I have 10 materials in this plant. I want the description for all these 10. Okay, so I will go to MAKT table. I will give all these materials, execute. You can see for some materials the description is same. For example, if you take this 100-100, of course these are also same, but it's not looking good test case. Like I'll take 100-100. If this language number 4, if you take, it is casings. Language number 5, if you take, that is also casings. Language number 6, that is also casings. So there are some entries, like which looks duplicate when you ignore the language. If you ignore this language, 100-100 has 3 entries. All these 3 entries looks like duplicate entries because ignoring language. Don't consider the language column. If you ignore the language column, it looks duplicate. So the same thing, like what will happen is when you forget writing the key field, when you forget selecting the key field here, for example, if you forget here selecting the key field, then it will ignore the duplicate records with respect to the language, and it will pick among those 3 records, it will pick only 1 record into the internal table. So maybe you can test it yourself when you have some time. So that's why what I say is, go to this table MAKT or whatever the table you are using for writing the for all entries syntax. In this you have a database table, right? So go inside the table, and inside the table what are all the key fields are there. You always mention those key fields in the select query. See what are all the key fields here. Leave out MANDT. MANDT is there in all the tables. It's basically saying about the client dependency. So now other than MANDT we have MATNR and SPRAS. So mention both the fields in the select query. Otherwise you may end up getting incorrect number of records, because the select statement will ignore the duplicate irrespective of the field key field which you have ignored. Is it clear, or you have some question you ask me? Fine. So with this we completed inner joins and for all entries. I will send you an exercise to your respective mail IDs. Okay, so try to go through the exercises and try to do practice on inner joins and for all entries, because these are very crucial. And when we go for the next topics, always you will see these kind of syntaxes. Maybe sometimes in the reports I'm joining this more than 2 tables, more than 3 tables we are joining. So try to practice this inner joins and for all entries. Then we will meet in the next class. Whenever you are feasible, like whenever all you people are available, let me know, and then once again we'll meet in the next class.